Thing one tonight, there is one thing President Trump does way better than President Obama. It's signing stuff with pens. Not coloring stuff with pens, mind you. That he does poorly. I'm pretty sure Obama never colored a blue stripe on the American flag or a brown one. What was that? But for years, every time the President Obama signed a big piece of legislation, we watched this torture routine where he used like a dozen pens and he'd do a little tiny part of his signature with each pen, all so that the people who worked on the bill could have them as souvenirs. It was slow, it was painful, a touch absurd. Well, President Trump has done away with that nonsense. One pen, sign the thing, we're done here. And if you people want a souvenir, you can have a picture. Although, strangely, it still seems to take him almost the same amount of time to sign his name with that one pen as it did for Obama with like 17. And that's thing two in 60 seconds. Why is everything with this president so weird and so awkward? Today, he's signing the new, way better than NAFTA, but really just basically NAFTA bill with Mexican president and the Canadian prime minister. Both of them pick up the provided pens, the ones that are there, and sign the bills. Not Trump. No, he brought his own magic marker in his suit jacket, and he uses that instead, and then takes like 3 times as long as the other guys to write his name, inexplicably. But they get through it, and there, in all its glory, Trump's big fat signature, twice the size of everybody else's, just the way he likes it.
So I was signing documents with a very expensive pen, and it didn't write well. It was terrible, actually. It was a horrible pen, and it was extremely expensive, to put it mildly, a government-ordered pen. So I'm signing, and then I started using just a Sharpie, and I might have one, like sort of like this, let's say. So that's a Sharpie. Now, I said to myself, well, wait a minute, this writes much better. And this costs almost nothing, and the pen is extremely expensive. So I called up the folks at Sharpie, and I said, do me a favor. Can you make the pen in black? Make it look rich? And he said, not only we can do that, we can put your signature on. See, that's your signature right there. This cost practically nothing, and the other one was immensely expensive. And you give them out. And more important than anything, it writes well, so it works out good. I don't want to make this as a commercial for Sharpie. But what it is a commercial on saving money, too.
Hey there, I'm Chris Hayes from MSNBC. Thanks for watching MSNBC on YouTube. If you want to keep up to date with the videos we're putting out, you can click subscribe just below me, or click over on this list to see lots of other great videos.